Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the ASPiRE Real Estate Show. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce a powerhouse in the real estate industry, Devon Sparks. Devon is a broker owner of not one, but three exit franchises: Exit Realty ASPiRE, Exit Realty Ocean's Edge, and Exit Realty Shoreline. But Devon's entrepreneurial journey doesn't stop there. In 2002, he launched Between the Lines Driving School from the ground up, a venture that has already made waves in the community. His drive and determination were recognized in the Town of Torbay Young Entrepreneurship Award in 2024. Though he's only been in real estate for 3 years, Devon's meteoric rise is nothing short of impressive. He obtained his broker's license just 2 years after first being licensed in June of 2021, opening Exit Realty ASPiRE in September 2023. Before real estate, Devon served in the Canadian Armed Forces as a combat engineer from 2011 to 2023, where he owned his discipline and leadership skills, qualities that have clearly translated into his current success. Devon is also a devoted family man, married with 2 beautiful daughters. Devon's journey has been an inspiring one, and I really can't wait to jump into this one with him, hear about his experiences, and welcome to the show, Devon Sparks. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Pump, man. So listen, I'm always like trying to think like, what's the first question that I'm going to ask? And I can go a bunch of different ways with you, but the very first thing that I want to talk to you about is the name of your brokerage, Exit Realty ASPiRE, the first brokerage that you owned and the one that you opened.
Yep.
So obviously that's the name of this show. It's the name of my company as well, ASPiRE. So I wanted to see, like, what was it about that word that you chose? Why did you choose to use that word, ASPiRE?
It's funny because we had like a list of like 5 names we were coming through, me and my wife, and we are just like, what we're going to do?
Yeah.
What are we going to pick? What are we going to pick? And believe it or not, all my best ideas happen in the shower. And I thought of the word aspire and what it means. So then you go to Google and get the true definition of it, and aspiring, you're aspiring to be better, you're aspiring to be something. So that's pretty much where I was going to, is try to I'm a young broker. I'm new to the industry, but I want people to know that I'm aspiring every day.
Yeah.
To be a better version of myself, and kind of wanted them to do that too. So it reflects in the name. I get if that makes sense, So that's kind of where I went to. At first, I wanted to do prosperity, but then so I was going to be Exit Realty Prosperity, and of course, I thought of a strategy that was taken. There was other words, but ASPiRE, really stuck out to me. Lo and behold, find out later that you have the ASPiRE company, so it's very much a word within the Exit company itself, right?
That's
so
it.
it's known, but that's pretty much where ASPiRE came from.
Yeah, I like that word, aspire. Like, it's a really positive word too. Like, I think it's really positive.
It is.
And like, I don't know if you ever heard like the statistics on syllables. One of the things you mentioned on syllables was in advertising, the best marketed words are 2 syllables, 1 or 2 syllables, right? And once you go over that, they're harder to say, and
that's right.
Good marketing word.
Absolutely.
Cool, man. So listen, tell us a little bit about your background. Can you tell me how you got started in real estate?
Started in real estate. So I think in like 2015, 2016, I was actually selling cell phones.
Okay.
I was part-time in the military, and my full-time job was selling cell phones. And there was this little kiosk in the local mall shopping center here, and it was for another real estate company. And I started talking to this guy every day, and he was a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And just went to lunch with him a couple of times and got to talk to him, and he said, "You should get in real estate." And I really want to, just don't financially. I can't do it right now.
Yeah, of course.
So it can be a big expense to get licensed, and you're working on commission. So I said, I can't do that right now. So I essentially just put it off. And in 2020, we bought our first house, and the only realtor that I knew was this guy Morgan. And I gave Morgan a call, and then once we were finished, he was like, "All right, you got your house, you're married, you got nothing else to pay for.
Yeah.
What are you getting real estate?" I was like, "It's true." So I worked on it. He gave me some books, and I started studying the books, and then eventually bought my course and did the course. And in June 2021, got licensed. And in my first 6 months, I sold 11 homes and just kind of skyrocketed. And
good start.
Made more than and at the time I was full-time military. Then I made more, in that 6 months than my whole salary for the year. I was like, yeah, I found my calling. So that's kind of how I got started. Was just someone believing in me and letting me know that you're on the wrong path, man. You need to kind of you need to get into this career because this is where you belong. And he's been a great mentor.
Yeah. Sometimes it just takes that person to see something in you that you don't even see in yourself, or it's the right time or whatever. And they just say it and you're like, oh yeah.
Absolutely. And going through the home buying process, I kind of seen it. I was like, you know what, I can do this. The hardest part about being a realtor for me was getting into real estate. Was like, I'm horrible at answering text messages and calls at that time. I'm really good at it now. I'm actually too good at it now.
Yeah. Too fast.
I get in trouble with my wife. so I'm too good at it now. But that I thought, like, I'm not gonna be good at this. This is and he showed me the ropes and jump right in.
Yeah. Good to have a mentor. So before that, like you mentioned that you were so you're selling cell phones and you're in the military.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about, let's go to the military first. What was it that got you into the military? Like, how'd you start there?
I joined the cadet program when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
And I was living in a small town, and that was kind of the only thing besides hockey
to do.
I'm really good at to do. So I joined the cadet program.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the organization, the structure of it, everything that was that I was shown. Like I felt like at 12 years old, like they treated me somewhat as an adult. They're making you into an adult
accountable.
And accountable for your actions and everything.
Yeah.
And so when I turned 17, I got out of cadets when I was like 14, 15, and
okay.
I was kind of I waited till 17. I could have joined the reserves at 16, but I waited till 17. Joined in high school. Did basic training from December to the end of March every weekend. So it was weekend basic training. So while everybody else was out partying and having a good time, I was stuck at the garrison. From Friday night until Sunday evening, doing basic training.
Yeah.
And so I joined the reserves as a combat engineer, and that's there was no real reason to get into other than the cadet program. I did have some family members that were in the military, but I wasn't close with them talking about it. It wasn't never like a influence there for me. And I just and I had no friends that even joined at the same time. It was just kind of, I'm doing this,
It was just chance,
And it was kind of like, this could be a great career, and take me around the world if I wanted it. So
So I don't know if you know this, but you and I kind of share that in common. I was in cadets. I grew up in a military town, so that's why I'm
makes sense.
Kind of interested about it, right? Like I grew up in a military town, biggest military base in all of Canada. And so I was in cadets and reserves, and then I joined Rag Force. And while I was in basic training, I found out I was having a kid, so I got out. That's why I got out. Okay, while I'm at my BMQ. Wow. So anyways, but like you learn a lot of things from being in the military, I think, and you talked about kind of the structure and the discipline and the accountability. I'm just curious, like, how do you think that served you? Since coming into real estate, having those things?
Definitely, like you say, accountability. Accountability is one of the biggest ones, especially when you're self-employed in real estate. We're all contractors essentially. We all work for ourselves at the end of the day, and you got to hold yourself accountable. And not only that, I learned how to delegate. So yes, I hold myself accountable. I hold other people accountable. People hold me accountable. But I figured out, I can't do everything.
Yeah.
And then I created a team around me
Yeah.
to essentially, just like the military, to, delegate things to.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And that's what helps me, and that's what helps most successful agents,
Yeah.
succeed, right? It's,
Yeah.
it's not pretending that you can do everything yourself,
Yeah. That's a good one.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, and the discipline behind it all, it goes hand in hand with accountability. Waking up every day, having to go to work. Now listen, even though I have the brokerages and stuff, there's days I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going into the office.
Of course. Of course.
There's days that like
Yeah.
you need to have a day to yourself. But getting up in the morning and actually going and putting the effort into it when nobody is calling you saying, "Hey, how come you didn't show up to work today?"
Yeah.
Because it's not a regular job. So having some discipline, and that definitely, in the military, if you're late, if you're not 10 minutes early, you're 5 minutes late. So
That's it. Yeah.
that was always ingrained. I always wear a watch, and it's completely changed me as a person.
Yeah. Do you think that helped you because before you owned the brokerages, you were a salesperson? Do you think that helped you as a salesperson as well?
Yes, it did. Yeah. So when I worked at the company that I was working for, I think for a full year, I was like number 2. Nobody quote me on this, but I was like I was for a bit. I don't know how long, but I can't remember how long, but I was like number 2 salesperson in Atlantic Canada for this company.
Yeah.
And it was because, I was very disciplined in I'm driving, and it was also a commission-based job too with a base salary. So I always wanted to make more money, and so I'd be lease lining. I'd be going around, to different stores in the mall, and letting everybody know that, hey, we got a promotion on, like, just going out there and doing this stuff. And I think having that discipline and that drive, and it kind of made me successful, I guess, in that sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. So, like, I just wanted to touch on the cell phone sales as well. How long did you do that for?
2 years.
2 years.
2
Is
years.
there anything that you learned from selling cell phones that, you kind of are grateful for now, or that you kind of use in real estate as well? Like,
Lead generation.
oh yeah, okay, talk about that.
So I think we were the only company, because and I don't want to put the company name out there, but
Yeah.
the company that I worked for sold 3 carriers. So
Okay.
we were the only ones that wore a suit,
Yep.
and we looked very professional.
Yep.
It's going to work every day to sell a cell phone
Yep.
in a suit looks funny, but you know what? We were half approachable, and we looked professional, and people wanted to do it. We also were the only ones that gave out business cards. So attached to every transaction I did, I gave a business card, and sometimes I give 2 or 3, give your friends, and I would get referrals. And then when they were almost due for an upgrade, or I would call them back, say, hey, because I had their name and number and everything. So I called them back, hey, it's Devon from so and so. See that you're due for an upgrade soon. Just wondering if you want to come on in. We have some great promotions going on. So just keeping up on top of the your leads and your clients and everything kind of helped me in this industry, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying I'm the greatest at it, but it definitely is great for a foundation. And I learned very quickly, when you're in the middle of 2 big carriers that sell the same carriers that you sell, you need to stand out. And for me to stand out was, I'm going to get on the phone. I'm going to go to events. I'd go to events. Everybody knew me, in friends and family, that I sold cell phones, and they would come to me because I had 3 carriers and they were with one of those. And just like real estate, everywhere I went, I told people I sold phones at so and so. Come and see me. And they will come. And now all I have to do is, hey, I'm a real estate agent. If you're looking to buy or sell, reach out to me. You know what I mean? It was just it kind of, that helped to where I am right now, right?
Yeah. So you kind of use that to build those muscles and own those skills. And like the referral one is so interesting to me, because it's the biggest opportunity that nobody ever takes, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
My business right now, my wife actually said this. I put up a sponsored ad on Facebook, and I got a message from some retired realtor in Winnipeg. Don't know who it was, and they were like, your ad is very dull and blah blah blah, and you should be building your base out, your business out of referrals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the first time I'm putting an ad up in like 6 months.
That's it. Yeah.
So I went back to her and very nice, and I told her like who I am, because you're coming at me now.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, your whole business right now is off referrals. And it's very true. It's like I do a lot of like, I can go out and door knock and stuff. And I tell my agents it's great to go door knocking.
Yep.
But I'm super busy with a lot of, my life is not just being a realtor now. I'm a broker now and everything else. So now, I built my business though to the point in my first year, 2 years that again is referrals. And that's where your business grows. It's all about referrals, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's great to farm new fields always.
Yeah.
But don't farm in the same field. But I always plant new seeds and farm that one as well. But referrals are definitely a big part of my business, and it should be a part of everybody's business.
Yeah. So for any new or experienced realtor that's potentially watching this or seeing this, what is the best way to get referrals in your experience?
Yes, your sphere of influence. 100%.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about it. It's your sphere of influence. Your friends, your family. You go to a party and you're the only one there that knows the host.
Yeah.
You better be talking to everybody and let everybody know that what you do.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go up and be a used car salesman about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like work it in, like you can say, so what do you do for a living?
That's it.
And they're going to tell you, because a lot of people love what they do. And if they don't, if they hate what they do, they're still going to tell you because they hate what they do.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do? Oh, I'm a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I know so. Perfect.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Easy. So, people make it too hard.
People make it way too hard, and you can't be shy. It's you don't have to be the used car salesman and like go into elaborate and talk about real estate all night. It's just let them know and have a conversation. Just have that conversation. Ask about their family. Ask about make yourself that you don't just care about telling them about being a realtor. You're a realtor, that you actually care about them and you actually want to know who they are.
Yeah.
But that's going to leave an imprint. That's my biggest thing. It's like it's sphere of influence.
And genuinely being curious, not just like being curious for the sake of getting to tell your side of the things, right? Like
that's right. And another big one is your past clients. Like if you're an agent that has experience, or you're in it for about a year or two now, keep up on following up with your past clients. That's a big one. And I've learned lots of different tips and tricks, especially from you, on how to do that. And that's definitely number one thing there, because your past clients are the ones they know firsthand of what you're like as an agent. So I always tell people, and it's said lots of people say it, but if you do a good job, they'll tell 10 people. If you do a bad job, they'll tell 100.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right. So I always tell people, it's better to have those 10 people. Those 10 people will turn into 100 eventually, right? So, but you don't want to kill it right off the get go. So I always ask my clients, hey, if you enjoy my services, leave me a review.
Yeah.
Right. Or a testimonial or something, right?
Yeah.
And that's sphere of influence, right?
Good one, man. Good one. Okay, so I'm going to shift kind of like gears here. So we know that real estate is exactly what it looks like on TV, like selling a sunset and like those. It's exactly like that. It's really, really easy. And, like we do a lot of like lunches and like margaritas, and we wear pantsuits, and it's just like a big party the whole time. Like I know.
Absolutely. I drive a Lamborghini. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really, really easy, right? And you've had a lot of success, but I'm just curious, has there ever been a time like that you've had any challenges, or what are some of the biggest challenges that you've had since you've been in real estate?
Challenges. There's lots of challenges. I think, yes, I say like I was, I had experience, generating leads or referrals. So that was a big one for me. I tell my agents all the time saying, hey, go door knocking. But I'm not the greatest at it. Like, and it's still a challenge. And, to go out there and knock on a door and say, hey, I'm Devon. I'm a real, like but yeah, for me, it was that, but I think staying organized.
Yeah.
And staying, I guess, keeping the momentum going.
Yeah.
So
it's hard.
Very hard to keep the momentum going. I would have like 2 good months where I'm like boom, boom, and you go on a vacation, you come back, and I swear to God, it's like 2 weeks before I'm back into the swing of things.
Yep.
And then okay, now you're 2 weeks behind, so then that's actually a month behind. I'm like sales and stuff, and it's just like keeping momentum going. That's always been a tough one for me, and keeping organized. That's why I have a great team.
That's it. Yeah.
My wife does my social media.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
And she, and like paperwork and emails and stuff like that. She helps me out with a lot of it. When I need that help, so it's she's not technically working for me, we'll say, but she helps me.
Helps,
right?
Yeah. It's family business.
Right. So, but yeah, just keeping the momentum, keeping organized. Always been a thing. I do have ADHD. I'm like right. It's great for being an entrepreneur, but not good for paperwork. So
well, it's pretty common, right? Like when you talk to people, especially the people who are social, and you're talking to a million people, and then it's a challenge to be organized, and we're wearing so many hats and juggling so many balls that just makes perfect sense that like there's only so many hours in a day. So
yeah.
It's pretty great that you learned to delegate that and you have that support system.
Yeah. I definitely am out every time like 6, 7 o'clock rolls around every evening. I'm like, where did this day go?
Yeah.
I can get half of what I want done.
Yeah.
Right? It's because sometimes you're pulled in 3 different directions, 5 different directions, and it can be challenging. So it's I try to set myself, allot myself 2 hours every day to do some lead generation or this. The schedule for yourself.
Oh, that's good.
Do I always follow it? No, I can go like a month of following it, and then I'll have a month of not following
it. Good. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Summer's also hard to work.
Yeah.
It's that's definitely it. Just keep.
Have you ever had a time where you thought about giving up yet?
No.
Never.
No, this is the only career that I've ever been in that I won't give up. Like honestly, I put myself really deep into it. Like this, opening a brokerage, buying out 2 existing brokerages.
Yeah.
That don't come at a cheap cost. And it also is it doesn't come easy, and it's not an easy job. I'm very much immersed myself into the real estate world.
Yeah.
And I've never really done that before. Even when I was in the military, like kind of like, I do what I had to do. I didn't do I didn't go above and beyond.
Yeah.
It's like, it was one of those things that like, if I was on a course, I didn't want to be a top candidate. I'm just there to get that. I'm just there to get a certificate and go home, things and go home. I don't want to be the best at it. Like it's just like the guy that's the best at it is making the same amount of money as me. Like I'm just doing it.
And they get picked on more.
What's that? Sorry.
I said, and they get picked on more in the military.
Yeah, like so I'm like, I'm just gonna do my thing and get out of here. And but real estate, I just like. I want to go next level. Yeah. That's what.
Yeah.
You're a new flam. You got to wait 2 years for your broker license.
Yeah.
My 2-year mark was up. I'm going in for broker's license. I bought the books, and really, I purchased the exit franchise in like March, but I still couldn't write. Like I had to wait till June to get my broker's license.
Dang.
So I opened in September, so I had to wait that time because like. Even though I purchased the franchise, I couldn't open because I didn't have a broker.
Right.
So it was one thing, and that was the most challenging exam. Right, but it's it's just crazy. I'm very much in real estate. There's no giving up now.
Yeah.
No, I got too many people holding me accountable, and I'm holding them accountable. It's it's both ways. And I'm just gonna. You probably got a million other questions to ask.
No, it's good. This is good.
With like, I tell people the reason why it wasn't because I wanted to. I like owning a business. The driving school definitely taught me, that. So real estate was my step into ownership. As a kid, I always said I was going to own my own business one day. Didn't know what it was. Even when I got married, said to my wife, didn't know what it was. So I tried real estate, being self-employed.
Yeah,
that worked out. Then I opened up the driving school.
Yeah,
I was successful right from day one.
Yeah.
Then I said, well, okay, next step is opening a brokerage. And for me, I was at 2 brokerages before I got the exit in my short 3 years. And I just felt like, agents were coming to me and asking me stuff like, hey, how do I do this? And how do I do this? Because I was selling. So, in this industry, you get experience from doing the actual work, like anything. So it doesn't matter if you're a realtor for 20 years or you're a realtor for 2 years. If the realtor it's been in the business 2 years, is doing more business than the 20-year-old agent, then the 20-year agent, then, that person has more experience. So they would come to me for questions. I was mentoring people, and I said, I could start a real estate team. That's only going to take me so far.
Yeah.
I'm only going to be so happy with that. So I decided that, the best path for me is to open a brokerage. Little plug, exit models, the best models. So I did my research. I wasn't going to put money into something that wasn't going to work. I tell people that all the time. If I've been in this business 3 years, I've been at 2 other places. This model works, and I'm firsthand in training the agents. And if I'm not training it, I'm finding the resources for other people to help them succeed.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like why I started the brokerage and got into it. It was to help others succeed. I'm at the point now, like in the military, you speak of basic training.
Yeah.
I was a master corporal when I left, so I was teaching courses. Right. I love teaching.
Yeah.
Then I went to recruiting. I was literally like my last 3 years in the military, I was selling the job. I was selling the military. I was selling that job. If I could sell that job, I would sell houses. So, and on top of that, I was also teaching basic training. I love the teaching. I love telling people about stuff. I'm that kind of person.
Yeah.
So again, when I was talking, I'll be talking to agents, and I'll be like, you should do this, you should do that. And wanting to teach them and stuff. And agents would come to me, and I would mentor them, and they would become successful. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do this for myself. Like I need to do this to beat my own drum, because, doing it for someone else. And at the end of the day, if I'm mentoring someone at a different company, they're profiting from it, and I still have to do things their way.
Yeah.
This way, I can do it my way.
Yep.
To a certain sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Have that autonomy.
If Joyce is watching.
We'll send it to you afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it seems like it's just always kind of been in your blood a little bit then to give back and to teach. Seems like it's important to you.
It is, yeah. I'm definitely a person, and it is my nature not to blow smoke, but when I'm successful, I just want everybody. I was recruiting people to be realtors if I seen it in them. Yeah. Even if I wasn't getting anything from it.
Yeah.
Like I was at a company, first company I was at, you didn't get nothing extra if you recruited people.
Yeah.
But I was still recruiting. I recruited a person into that office, and it mentored him and has helped him. And it's one of those things that like I just said, if I'm successful, man, so got to be someone else out here that's going to be just as successful, and maybe I can change their life a little bit and give a bit of positivity, and that they're going to, it is life changing in a sense that and it's not like, oh yeah, it's not about the money, it's not about any of that. It's the freedom. It's freedom on all levels. And people say to me, they're like, "Oh no, real estate. You don't have a life. You don't have a life." I have a better life now.
That's it.
Than I did working in the military. I work probably the same as what I did in the military, but I went looking at cars yesterday in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop into the dealership and test drive a car. I can't do that at a regular job. You know. And I want to go on vacation. I'm not asking anybody.
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm going to book it. If the money's there, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So that's
well, a lot of people think that their 9 to 5 is what's keeping them safe, but it's for some people, and for some people it is, obviously, but for some people it's holding them back.
Not everybody can be a business owner. Not everybody can be self-employed. There is people out there that need to be employees. They love it, and that's great. Without them, the world will come to a standstill. I always tell people the garbage man thing, right? It says, someone has to do it.
Yeah.
And not everybody can be doctors, lawyers, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody has to pick up your garbage, right?
Yeah.
So you can't, not everybody's will make a great real estate agent. Not everybody will make a great business owner.
Yeah.
So it's I lost my train of thought.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I got questions galore, so it's good. Yeah. I know what you're saying though. Like it's for the right person, and if somebody sees something in it or you see it in them, you just say the words, and maybe it's the right time for them, and maybe it's not. But that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. No,
okay. Just talking about let's go to like habits. All right. Like we were talking about lead generation, we talked about that, but I'm just curious, like other habits or routines or anything like that. What type of habits, routines, schedule, anything like that have been crucial to your success?
Definitely like lead generation. Is big. Every morning, set aside an hour or two.
Yeah.
Do something like it could be going to Starbucks and on your computer or with your laptop and have Realtor on duty or something. People do something like go out, give out 5 business cards, or have a conversation with 5 different people. Go through your previous list of clients. Send them a message. Or get yourself a good system like Number Hub uses, and it does it for you.
Yeah.
And that's the big one. So like that's a good habit to have. Again, my wife is going to watch this, so she's I am not perfect at it.
God bless her.
Nobody's perfect, but you need to create some habits. A lot of new agents will get into the business, and I won't. You won't hear from them, see them for a week or 2 weeks. Go into the office. That's what I did. That was the biggest thing for me.
That's a good one.
Even though I didn't have to go into the office, at every brokerage I had, even if I had to pay for it, I paid for an office every month. And I had an office, and I would try to go in there for at least an hour a day. So, and because if you're there, you're working.
Absolutely.
You're working. And if you stay home, you're going to want to clean, or you're going to want to watch Netflix or something. You know what I mean? You're going to be wanting to do other things besides work. I'm home today.
Yeah.
But, that's by design. Not quite at my office. But I feel like because I stayed home most of the day, I'm not as productive as if I was in the
Absolutely, 100%.
That's the habit here. People say, oh, we don't, real estate agents don't need an office. You absolutely do. Because I can guarantee you the most successful ones are in an office.
Definitely. See it over and over.
See it over and over. Over and over. The most successful agents that I know in my area, I'll go into an office.
100%. Same here.
I'll go into an office.
But it's like you can't be successful if you're doing the dishes or watching Netflix.
No,
you're going to have something to do at home all the time.
Like the movie star is not going to come out and ask you if you want to buy a house, or something. You know what I mean? It's the dish, the pot's not going to say, "Hey, I want to sell a house." You need to get out there and actually talk to people. So creating that habit of actually going to work is a big one.
So you're saying you would go into the office even if you didn't have office work to do. You would just go just so that you were there, and then
I would go in. I would go in every morning. I would eat my breakfast sandwich in my car, and I was almost like if I was getting ready to go into a 9 to 5 job. I had that little breather, and then I go.
Yeah.
Whether it was just talk to people, I picked a lot of brains, man. I picked the minds of other people. How are you doing stuff? Talking to the other agents that are there. My brokerages aren't the biggest right now because we're still growing.
Yeah.
But there's always someone kicking around. 100%. And you know what? Right now, a lot of days I go in as my administrators in there, but even talking to her, we come up with ideas like, what are we going to do for advertising? What are we going to do for this? What are we going to do for the next event? What are we?
Yeah.
That's working. So I can go there with nothing to do.
Yeah.
And now as brokers, always something to do. But like I can go into the office, nothing to do, and I come out and I feel like I accomplished something.
Absolutely.
Because I had conversations, or I was talking to somebody, somebody's doing this, somebody's doing that, and you just learn, and you learn.
Yeah.
And learning is part of this business. You need to always learn.
Yeah.
So for any new agents, get in the office.
100%.
That's the biggest one. I think that's what has made me who I am, the agent now who I am, is it was being in the office. And it don't cost much. Like, I mean, if you are at a brokerage that, charges a monthly fee for the office.
Yeah.
Like,
going anyways.
Go do it. Go look at it over the course of 12 months. It was $200, $2,400 a year. That's less than one deal, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
It's just paid for itself. If I've been in the office and an agent be there and be like, hey, I got a sign caller. Can somebody go show this listing? Just pick up fire.
100%.
Went, showed it, boom, offer written.
Yeah.
Like, come on. If I wasn't there in front of them, I would never got it.
See, that what you just said to me is one of the best things, is like, you can't get a referral if the agents in your office don't even know who you are. And they're not gonna refer you if you're not gonna look after the people. They're not gonna put their name in front of referring you if you're not even showing up.
100%. The two places I was before, I only knew the people that came to the office, and they were all top agents. Right?
Of course.
So I knew them, but I knew them because I seen them every day.
Yeah.
There was agents that never once saw them, didn't even see them at a Christmas event or an event or anything.
Yeah.
And I see one called me recently and said, I worked with you at so-and-so place. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
I don't remember. Right? Like, I've never met them in person, so I don't. You're a name, unfortunately. Like, and it's sad to say. It's not like I'm not like saying like, oh, like you're a nobody.
No.
Well, like, you need to come into the office and immerse yourself in the culture and in your job. Like, people think too much about, a real estate agent can do everything from phone and laptop and blah 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 on the roads and showing. When I would be done a showing, and there's days that I'll come home or do something else, but there's also days that once I'm done a showing, instead of going somewhere else, I'll go back to the office.
Absolutely.
I got an hour or two before my next showing, back to the office.
Absolutely.
Because that's my home base.
Yeah.
Make it your home base. And there's these home offices don't work. They don't work. It might
it's
work.
funny.
It might work for some if you're very, very disciplined. But I can tell you at least 80% of the agents it don't work.
You're right, yeah.
Maybe even more. Right. So
you're right. It's funny because like we share that. I come to the office every single day too, even if it's just for a little bit. But it's like I remember listening, I think it was like a Buffini podcast or something like that, and it was talking about what professionals are. And it was like, a professional is basically what it came down to, is a professional is somebody who shows up. Right. So right now there's a surgeon out there who's going to perform life-saving surgery who would rather be doing something else. Right. But they show up. Yep. They show up anyways.
Yep.
And so it's like, what type of person do you want to be? Do you want to be the person who doesn't show up, or you want to be the person who shows up? So like, I decided really early on that like, I'm going to be the person that shows up. I'm going to be there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, no matter what, like, and I got a bit of FOMO anyway, so like, I'm afraid of myself. Like I might him and ha like at stuff, like, especially if there's an event, like I gotta travel for it. I'm like, do I really want to go to that? Like, I got other things. I got like life on the go. I got family. I got this. And last year I'm like, I'm going. I can't miss out on it. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But you're right. If you don't show up, you're not working. You're not doing it.
It's not easy.
You can say that you're home working, or you can say that I'm at the mall working, or I'm sitting in my car, or I'm sitting on a beach. You're not working. You're not actually doing it.
Yeah.
You're not doing the job.
Busy.
If you're not, lead generating, showing houses, listing presentations, you're not doing this job. Yep. Just saying you're a realtor over and over does not make you a realtor.
That's a good one.
The job makes you a realtor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So true. And it's like, I don't know if you ever heard the thing about like the hardest part about going to the gym is actually getting to the gym. Right. Yeah. So like if you're trying to get in shape, or you're going to the gym, like the first day you go there and you didn't pack your stuff, so it takes 5 minutes to pack your stuff, and then you don't know where your shorts are, and then you try and find your shorts, and then on the way there it's rush hour, and then by the time you get there, like, you're just like, you get like half of a workout in, and then the next day, because it was just a little bit hard to get there, you don't go the next day.
Exactly.
So like the whole battle is actually just getting to the gym consistently, and then once you can get to the gym consistently, what happens is you get there so many times that you're like, well, I'm here, I might as well start working out.
Yeah. 100%.
So same thing with the office. Like if you can just get there, and you get there like 20 days in a row, well, eventually you're just gonna get there. And you're like, well, I'm friggin' here. I might as well start working.
Might as well do something. Might as well work. So like, that is the hardest part. Listen, I know all too much about going to the gym. Right. But it is difficult to make that happen. Get into doing the same thing, but for most agents is getting into the office. And I don't like I don't like telling people, and I tell people, you might be self-employed, you might, but if you're in my office, I want you there.
Yeah, it's an expectation.
We do events on. We did a back to school drive.
Oh yeah.
And I told all the agents, if you're in this area or this office, I want you to be there.
Yeah.
It's on a Sunday. Pick a time, pick an hour.
Yep.
And come, because it's for something good, but it's also putting you in front of people.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can. Don't go say, oh well, I got something at 5 o'clock, so at 1 o'clock I can't do it.
Yep. Make time.
Yeah. Make time. Like, I mean, it's I religiously, like, when people say like, oh, I got this, I got 2 kids.
Yeah.
A 3-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
I got into real estate with my 3-year-old.
Yeah.
She's almost 4 now. She'll be 4 in October, but when she was like 8 months old. I tell people, if I can do it, because I'll give you a little bit of background. I mean, I'll tell something most people.
Yeah.
I got my GED, like my grade 12, at 26 years old.
Yeah, wow.
I dropped out of high school.
Did you?
100%.
Yeah.
Not many people know that.
Yeah.
But if you want something, you'll get it.
No excuses.
No excuses. Stop making excuses, because if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, anybody, because there's, and it's not even just for real estate. Like, if you want to do something in your life, whether it's buy a house or buy a fancy car or have that job you wanted, or you're not happy, you want to go on this trip, make it happen. Stop making excuses and make it happen.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for a lot of people. People make excuses and they don't make the time, or they want the easy way out always.
Yeah.
They always want the easy way out. Sure, I could have took the easy way out. I could have became a realtor and stayed at a brokerage and worked it for the rest of my life and never done anything else.
Yep.
Didn't want that.
Yep.
I knew what I wanted.
Did you find that once you got like the kind of the taste of the self-development by doing that, do you find like you got addicted to it?
Yes.
Was that the start?
Yes. You know where it all started? Like, for like self-development and stuff, my mentor, before I actually became licensed, and I had the whole thing. Yeah, I can't do this. Like, financially, I can't do it. And then it came to a point, I can do this. But he gave me a book, and it's a Gary Keller book, really.
Okay. Yeah.
The one
thing. Yeah. Great book.
Read that, man. I've never read a book cover to back.
Yeah.
read that, rest is history.
Yeah.
Then you start going on YouTube and different things, and like,
Yeah.
it's like different. And honestly, before I even got in with Exit, I came across some of like Steve Morris's stuff and like him speaking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wild. Right? Like that's like you think about it, like his story and like where he started and where he ended up. If he just had to quit and say I couldn't do it, the minute you can't do something, you will never do it. You just put a mental blocker in. You'll never do it. If you say you can't do something, you won't do it.
It's true.
So I don't say that anymore. I don't say. You kind of change your vocabulary, your inner voice and stuff. You don't say I can't do it. Say, how can I do this?
Yeah.
How can I do it?
Yeah.
Right. And so it's I'm very much addicted to now. People say to me all the time, like, so I'm just waiting for you to become a motivational speaker at some point. I'll speak well enough for that, but
yeah, why not?
But yeah, no, like I am very much a life coach or something, but like it's just like, and it's don't be one of these people because it's very easy to get it. Like once you get where you want to go, like for me right now, it's I don't have the mentality of do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah,
lead by example.
Absolutely.
Biggest one from the military: lead by example.
Yeah,
always
preach what you practice. Don't practice what you preach. What you practice.
Don't practice. Yeah, preach what you preach. Don't preach. What's it? Yeah, tongue twister. Preach what you practice. Practice what you preach. Yeah.
But you know what? Like once you get that spark in you, and you see like, oh, I can be better, or I can do that, or I want that. It's just it takes over your whole life, right?
Yeah.
You become obsessed.
Yeah, 100%. And there's a lot of people. Yes, like not everybody's wired the same, but you can rewire yourself. You can rewire your way of thinking, the way your brain works and stuff. And I don't think, and I'm no psychologist or anything, but I don't think it's impossible for anybody to do that. I don't think there's one person in this world, no matter what it is, to a certain extent, but that you can rewire yourself. If you're at a job that you hated, why are you there?
Yeah.
Figure it out. Tuck away a few dollars every paycheck. People saying that, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, you know what? I'll tell you this, and where I guess it started all around the same time. 2020, COVID. It was easy. You know what I mean? Like we're home.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people. Yep.
Even before COVID, in 2020, we bought our first house in February, and the first lockdown was in March. And but for 6 months or so prior to that, we started saving for that house.
Mm-hmm.
We saved our down payment in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped going out. Mm-hmm. We stopped doing all this extra stuff that costs money. So people say, oh well, I can't give up my lifestyle. They're like, I'm like, well, we can't give it up. Give it up for 6 months. Yeah, but what am I going to do for 6 months? I'm like, well, you can do the same thing in 6 months' time. Like if you don't start it now, 6 months' time, you're still going to be there, and you're still going to be in the same situation you are now. So something says, can you go without that for 6 months?
Yeah.
Just stop saying that you can't do it and think more, I can do it.
Yeah.
And start somewhere.
Yeah.
I never started on a Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Start right now.
Yeah, start right now. Right.
But
Monday.
Like about the rewiring your brain thing too, like because I hear that all the time, like, oh, you're brainwashing you, like, oh, am I gonna get brainwashed, or you brainwashing yourself or whatever? But like the news is brainwashing you. You're always getting brainwashed. The shows you're watching are brainwashing you. The songs you're listening to are brainwashed. So it's like, well, how do I want to be brainwashed? Do I want to be brainwashed to be positive and make money and be profitable and be a good person, or do I want to be brainwashed to be negative and have nothing?
Do you know that in our generation, this generation here that we're in now, technology age, and that there's more successful people than there was in the previous generations?
Of course.
Because of technology, because of things you watch, because of all this, because the information is getting out there. You know what I mean? So it's just like when people, and I hate people saying, oh, you're brainwashed. No, I'm influenced.
Yep. That's a good one.
I'm influenced. I don't think of it as being brainwashed. Like maybe like watch that boring looking video on YouTube while you're scrolling through or on TikTok. And stop looking at all the funny ones. Look at the ones that are informational.
Yeah.
If there was like I'm a random facts dictionary. I'm like Google essentially. Like just like I know my wife always says random stuff. Like I was sure I didn't graduate high school, but I wasn't mean I was stupid or
Yeah.
There's no such thing. I just was not interested in that stuff.
Yeah.
I was daydreaming of opening a business.
Yeah.
I was also like, you know what? I'm in the military. I'm in high school. I just go work for the military.
Yeah.
I always had a backup plan, right?
Yeah.
But I definitely looked at like just broaden your knowledge.
Mhm.
Let yourself be influenced.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of sitting home watching a movie, watch a TED Talk.
That's it.
Right? So
yeah.
Read a book.
Good. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I want to go to like successes. Is there anything in your real estate career that's kind of stood out as like a major success story, something that you're really, really happy with? Maybe it was a sale, maybe it was helping somebody, maybe, but like a major success story that you want to share.
I think my success is the whole brokerage thing.
Oh, I love that.
Able to bring exit to St. John's, because it was already existed outside of St. John's, but bringing it to St. John's in a positive way.
Yeah.
Without saying anything further, but in a positive way. And being that person, when I got the call saying, you know what, we're going to take a chance on you.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is it. I literally went for joy. And the day we opened our doors, I was just like, it was the feeling like I made it. I done it.
Yeah.
I done what I said I was going to do. And it's lots of people, there's going to be people, naysayers all the time. Oh, he's not going to do this. He's not going to do this.
That's all right.
Try to roadblock you every which way. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm here to stay, but because that's my big success. That is my, in this industry, since I got
huge.
That's my biggest. And I even said that. And actually, the second to that is now I own all the 3 exits.
That's it. I was going to go there.
I own all 3. Nobody else owns an exit Realty. And to me, that was I accomplished something, right?
Yeah.
I said that was my biggest sale. Even though it wasn't the most expensive one, it was definitely the biggest one for me. The most accomplished was opening this office and taking over the other 2.
So with those brokerages, like, where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years, sort of type thing in business?
I tell people this all the time, and I've said to Steve, I've talked to Steve Morrison and said, how many, where do you see yourself and how many agents? I don't need all the agents. I don't need everybody. I want some good ones. I want to create an environment. My whole thing with having a brokerage is completely changing the real estate industry where I am.
Mm-hmm.
I want to create somewhere that, that's thriving, that people enjoy coming into the office. People enjoy and wear the name proud and are proud to be a real estate agent and are making them successful. So, if I can get to 50 solid agents one day, I'm 70, right? So 70, believe me now. I got another guy who writing his exam today.
Beautiful.
And my goal is 20 by Christmas. So, but if I can get to 50 solid agents, I would be extremely happy because I know that 50 people are going to be successful.
Yeah.
Because I never did this I don't want you. You're only going to do one deal a year, right? It's just one of those things. I want like-minded people.
It's called standards.
Yeah. No, better is better. More is better.
Yeah. So what type of characteristics are you looking for in the real estate agents that you're partnering with?
I guess people with a bit of drive. Yeah, you don't have to. There's a lot of different personalities out there. I don't need everybody to be like me,
Mhm.
but some drive, motivated people.
Yeah.
That's really what I'm looking for. People that really want to uh, learn as well. I don't like people coming in and thinking they know everything. You got to
Mhm.
be able to be molded,
Yep.
sculpted, and because every day we're learning. I'm learning every day.
Yep.
There's days that I've called another broker asking them a question. So I mean,
Of
I don't
course.
know everything,
Yeah.
right? But it's I'm looking for the motivated person. Like just you want to change your life, I'll help you do that.
Yep.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yep. The drive.
I don't want any. I don't like negative people. I don't. The minute so I've sat down with agents, Rob, and they're just not a good fit for me.
It's not vibe yet.
And it's nothing against them. They're probably perfect where it's somewhere else, but they're not where what I want to
Yeah.
be. Because the
No
minute
fit.
you're negative or you and I'm one of these people that my brokerage, it's our brokerage. It's not my brokerage, it's
Mhm.
our brokerage.
Mhm.
But I'm just the captain. I'm just steering the ship, right? I'm one of those people that, I will take everything you say with consideration. But if you come at me with right away that, oh, you should be doing this, you need to do this, you need to do
Yep.
that, do this because the way you're doing it is wrong, this wrong, this wrong. Hold
Yep.
on, I'm doing things my way, and for everybody else's way. Like we've already talked about this.
Yep.
Everybody
Yep.
agreed on this is how we're going to do things because
Yep.
we already agreed on it. We don't do individual things, right?
Yep.
Like if something's changing, all my agents know about it.
Yep.
I've gotten their feedback on it. So I want people that are like that are able to, be positive and create a positive, and they're
Yep.
motivated to want to make things better constantly.
Yeah.
Not people that, and I don't want people that just want to lay dormant. Like they
Yep.
just, oh, I'm going to do 10 houses. I'm going to sell 10 houses a year, and that's it. Right?
Yeah.
You tell me that, then you got no motivation, man. Why not 20?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Contribute to team success and along
Exactly.
with individual success.
Exactly. Well, I want everybody like essentially. I like people that are going to be good at, like, not good at mentoring, but that want to help others. I
Yeah.
want to be a family. Like, you know what I mean? I want it to be a family. I want to take away this cutthroat or self
Egotistical. Yeah.
egotistical. I don't want no high egos. There's people in this, in my market that I would just high egos. I just don't think it would drive me. I don't
Yep.
have high ego. I kind of have to. Well, doing this today is I like it. I like doing this stuff. I just started doing videos with my photographer and stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I like, you know, I at the end of the day, I kind of doing that just to get the name out there
Of course.
and
Marketing.
of course I like and marketing and I like you, Rob. So
Yeah.
obviously I'm going to do this. but I don't want people with high egos, and that might be great for somewhere. Listen, be confident, but you don't need to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing with me. I like I want to share that.
Yeah.
Everybody's important in their own way.
Yeah. Love
Everybody's
that.
yeah.
Love that.
I derailed that question, I think. Or the answer. Yeah.
Just okay. I'll end with two more questions. Looking at time here. So, first question is: looking back, is there anything that you'd wish you'd known when you first started in real estate? Anything you know now that you wish you'd known when you first started?
Not really. Well, it's always taxes. Put your taxes away.
Yeah.
Right? The money that gets sent to you is not all your money.
Yeah.
No, there's not really anything. I guess, I kind of thought, my phone would be always, blowing up. But I give you an example. Last night I was cooking supper, and my wife said, people only start calling you when you're cooking supper.
Yeah.
You're all day.
Yeah.
My phone don't go up. But see, everybody's getting home from work and everything.
That's it.
Right? That there, yeah. I guess of how much time it can take up, You know, if you don't allow yourself, you know, if you don't set boundaries, you got to set boundaries.
100%.
I had to learn about the boundaries. That's one of the things I definitely would have liked to know that, like, okay, like, what should I do? Like, how should I approach this? You know?
Yeah.
You know, it should first thing I tell agents now is set boundaries.
Absolutely.
No reason for you, and I know I'm yes, Leanna. She's gonna
listen, I'm threatening my wife all the time too.
I can hear her now.
We won't show this story.
Listen, 9:30 night. Yes, I'll answer a call if I know it's a client that you know they work late or something like that, right? But for the most part, I try not to answer anything after 7:30, 8 o'clock. Get set boundaries.
Yeah.
Put your phone on do not disturb. Spend time with family.
That's it.
Just you know, do your work. It's a job. At the end of the day, it's a career. It's not a lifestyle. Don't make it into a lifestyle, because you make it into a lifestyle, it's going to be your life, and you're going to burn yourself out in 5 years.
See it all the time.
See it all the time. You're just not. You're not going to exist. There's agents out there that were top producing agents in my area, and they are not anymore because they completely burn themselves out.
Exhausted. That's it.
They're just exhausted, just tired. So really, what it is, you got to have that balance. You got to have family and life balance, and the money and the job and everything else. You just got to balance it out. You know, sure, you might want $500,000 a year, but can you live off 3?
Yeah.
So that's one of those.
Anything else that you want to say to anybody that's potentially listening to this? Any message?
Don't a message. All right. So I guess, you know, there is a lot, you know, hearsay is hearsay. Talk to me if you like, you know, if anybody that is watching this knows me, or there's any agent in my area that is seeing this. Give me a call.
Yeah.
Don't listen to rumors. Don't listen to previous stories or things you've heard. Get it from the horse's mouth.
100%.
And you know, just know that I am here to help you succeed.
Yeah.
I guess that's pretty much, you know, my message to people. You know, and to people that are thinking about getting into business, do it. Give me a call.
Yeah.
I'll you know, we can talk it over. Sat down with a lot of people that have gotten into the business. They haven't ended up where you know, at my office. But I'm glad that they got into the business because it's going to better them. Right? Yeah. So, but my message is, you know, talk to me and never listen to rumors.
That's it. It's like, if you want to know about me, just ask my ex-girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get the story.
So like, it's, you know, it's and I say that because there's you know, I'm a small fish in a big pond and an old pond, and you know, I'm very much a new fish at that. I'm the new guy, right? So you know, there's going to be people out there that naysay, and just give me a check, and don't listen to third parties, because you know. And also, the exit model, look into it.
It's the best.
It's 100% the best. It goes back to, you know, don't burn yourself out. You want to make more money?
That's it.
Come to exit. We got 10% sponsorship residuals.
That's it.
That you need to make your money passively, man. You know, so it's definitely life changing. And I mean, residual, like that's legit. I'm just gonna say that, like, and I know
real money.
It's real money.
It's very real.
You know that, Rob, like 100%. And like, I know this wasn't the intent for this whole podcast or whatever, but like, to me, like it's been life changing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just getting paid to do what I love.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm helping people, and it's super, super, super. It's not hard. It's easy. It is easy. I tell people it's easy. You know, it's not hard. It's not the only thing I want you to do. That's the thing I tell people all the time, even my agents. Your number one job is being a real estate agent. It's selling homes.
That's it.
The other stuff, that's extra.
It's just bonus icing.
That's just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But you got to build that cake first.
Yeah.
You know? You got to build that cake. So it's just there. there's so many places that is all people are worried about.
Yep.
Recruit.
Yep.
I don't want that. I want
solid
agents. I want solid agents, and I want you to be able to, you know, have that bonus, to have that extra. Yep. But it is life changing.
Yeah.
I made an exorbitant amount of money.
Don't say that.
You know what I mean? So it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Where can people reach you if they want to connect?
So, best way to reach me, I tell anybody, is call me.
Yeah.
709-765-4526 is my number, or you can give me a text. You can also get me on Facebook, Devon Sparks, Exit Realty ASPiRE. You can also our brokerage page, Exit Realty ASPiRE, on Facebook. Also on Instagram, and I have a TikTok. It's Devon Sparks Realtor on TikTok. So yeah, you can reach me a lot of different places. And if that don't work, you can send me a pigeon or smoke signal. I might be. I'll figure it out. I'll be there.
Devon, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. Listen, like, I've known you for a year and a half now, and completely just vibed with you. Like, I see all the energy that you have and what you're putting into the brokerage, and, you know, just like your vibe in general. And I can absolutely vouch for you, man. Like, you're a good dude. You know, anybody who's kind of around you it would be lucky to have you as a leader and as a confidant and as a mentor. And wishing you a ton of success, man. And just thanks for being here today. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me, man. It's you likewise. I'm glad I found you. I'm glad I met you, and it's been actually, like, you're a great mentor. And anytime I need something, you're one of my calls. So
thanks, man.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. We'll do this again.
Thank you.
All right. See you, buddy.
Cheers, man.